kind of a random day to just go live this, what is it, Tuesday or Wednesday? I'm losing track of days these days right now. I'm also joined out here by awesome guest, the most awesome guest, the little Gideon, the mini Huntsman. He's hiking down the trail with me. I used to kind of wear him on my back, but I kind of want him to kind of start stretching his own legs a little bit. Crazy thing is, he's not even 2 years old yet. He's about 5 weeks from being 2 years old. So he's just kind of following me along here. Come on, Bubby. But yeah, I figured I'd go live and kind of check in with you guys. Got a couple big announcements to make, but obviously I'm gonna wait just a tad bit and see if anybody joins. If nobody starts joining before too long, then I'll just kind of call it quits. It's no big deal. Come on, Gideon. But yeah, just kind of hiking along out here. Kind of been cooped up in the house, taking care of new baby and everything like that a lot as of late. I got a few weeks off of work to kind of take care of wife and baby and everything, and more so help with the little mini Huntsman for now, while wife is kind of helping out a lot with the little mini guy. But we also got some big things going on with the homestead, trying to get a new house going and everything like that. Got a new chicken coop coming in, so we're going to be kind of expediting our chicken game for sure, and doing a lot more chickens and having a lot better setup for chickens overall instead of a janky coop that I got. And Gideon's, of course, pretty happy with just a stick. Little boy likes running around with a stick. He really likes watching the Lord of the Rings and watching me play Skyrim and stuff. So now everything gets turned into a sword with him. Which, speaking of which, I recently got the Tops Kumakage from Joshua Genovese. So check out his YouTube channel. But he sent me the Tops Kumakage, and so I'm going to be kind of playing around with that. It's not what I would really consider a traditional sword. It's kind of more of what I would consider a bushcraft tactical mall ninja sword, in all honesty, but it's still pretty cool. And chat in here says hello. Well, hello right back to you. It looks like we got about 10 people or so. I know it's kind of an awkward time of day to do a live stream. Probably not the best time, honestly, but it's when I have time to do it. As of late, things have been a little awkward for when I get a chance. You got a big stick there? Oh, he got a big stick. I've got another 20 people or so. Well, yeah, 20 people or so. Casey Saki, yeah, you finally made it on time. Yeah, I try to do these on like a Sunday afternoon, but things have been just a little hectic for me as far as like time and getting time to get out and do anything, honestly. What you from? I'm not quite sure. What do you mean by that? Do you mean where I'm from? I mean, if that's what you mean, I'm from somewhere in the middle of nowhere, Missouri. How about that? We'll put it that way. Hey, Gideon. Come on, buddy. Hey, I know that stick needs to be whacked, but you need to stay close, buddy. Come on. But yeah, so as of late, I've been a little busy with a new kid and getting things going for the house and taking care of new baby and wife and everything like that. And Goust says hello. Well, hello, Goust. So yeah, I've been a little busy. My reviews been a little slow. I haven't been posting shorts like I usually do, but more important life things come up too, and that's just what I've been dealing with. But I want to let you guys know I definitely plan on keeping up the content and stuff. I was hoping for my twin brother to be helping out a little more, but he's kind of been dealing with a lot of his own life issues and everything like that as well. So while I still got a chunk of people in here, I guess now, I will be showing you guys, if you guys have not seen, this is the Very Good Knife Company Eagle. This is my design. It's a sax style design. This and the Hawk, which is my smaller EDC design, both of these will be dropping April 25th through Very Good Knife Company. So yeah, so if you're interested in one of those, be sure to check out Very Good Knife Company. And here's the thing with Very Good Knife Company as well. If he doesn't have something in stock, you could always hit him up. Hey, actually, Jimbus, I'm going to give you moderator status. There you go. And Casey Sackett, you're cool too, so I'm going to give you moderator status as well. So if somebody starts being stupid in the comments, you guys hide them from the channel. I give you guys that authority. Because that's what happened the last time, is my live stream got taken down because people were spamming a bunch of crap in chat. And hey, well, yeah, we got people from Romania. I can't quite tell what flag that is, and I don't read Aramaic, so, but hello there, and looks like we got a guy from Turkey. Got, that's cool, that's cool. It's going to be Byzantium one day, but, you know, we're going to retake it back, but enjoy it while it's still Turkey, I guess. But, oh, you got it, little guy. He tough. He tough. Oh, yeah. Yeah, come on. Come on, baby. If you guys haven't follow, or if you guys haven't seen, I got the mini guy out here with me, Gideon, the mini Huntsman. So he, he's out here with me as well. And we got Wildlife Family TV. That's cool. I've never seen you on here before, but welcome for sure. Just out here doing a little hike and talk. If you guys has been following my channel, I've been trying to do just live streams when I'm hiking down my trail. So yeah, I got kind of a little side road that goes along my property here, so I like to go along out here. What do I use for hunting? I use a few things for hunting. I got a Excalibur crossbow. I have 22, actually a couple 22s. I got 10 Ruger 1022 and a Henry lever action 1022, or lever action 22. And then so that's like my little small critter getters. I have a CZ side-by-side double barrel 12 gauge that I like to take out for the birds that aren't real. And then for my deer rifle, I like using a 308. I got a couple 308s that I'll use. I got a Mossberg MVP scout rifle that I've taken for a few years now, and I just recently acquired a new AR-10, so I'm gonna probably take that out this year for deer hunting. Yeah, I like the Henry lever actions. I've had a couple of them. The only one I have now is the 22. I really want one of their what is it, the Henry Supremes, the 5.56 AR mag bolt lever action. I think that one would be kind of cool. Hey buddy, hold my hand. We're going down a steep little part here. So Gideon, as I said earlier, he's not even 2 years old yet, so he's out here on a trail with me. So I'm getting him used to hiking and stuff. He's not going to be a little tablet baby or anything like a lot of people's kids are these days. but you know, he's still figuring it out. Right now, he just likes to whack everything with sticks, and every stick is somehow turned into a sword. So, as you guys, if you guys are kind of trickling in and stuff, I was kind of making an announcement that the Eagle is going to be dropping April 25th. This is obviously my design. It's a kind of a modernized sax design. So this is going to be in 80 CRV2 steel, that good old crusty carbon steel, obviously made by a very good knife company. The handles, as you guys may kind of recognize, I kind of got a little bit of inspiration from the Becker handles for my handle design. So yeah, 80 CR or C crusty, yeah, crusty V steel, yeah. I like 80 CRV2. It's one of my favorite steels, and honestly, I keep kind of, you know, trying a lot of these latest and greatest super steels, and I just find myself going back to the good old crusty steels. So yeah, this is gonna have a 6.5-inch blade. Overall about 12.5, I think. And it has about a 2-inch wide blade, which that really stands out because, you know, a lot of knives don't have that wide of a blade. I like a wide blade. A wide blade just kind of really, a wide blade makes a shorter blade perform better than what it usually should. So, but those will be dropping April 25th and on very good knife company. Of course, he has a lot of other designs that, you know, I like and appreciate. I've tested a handful of his knives and stuff, and that's why I went with him for my designs, is just because I really honestly like his work. He does just really simple but functional knives. And of course, you know, earlier I was showing, I got the EDC version. This is the Hawk. A drop of these will be on the same day, April 25th. These will all be in Nitro V. The colors, I think, I can't quite remember what colors we decided on the Hawks. I think it's going to be like red, burgundy, and green maybe, if I recall right. But they're all going to be in Nitro V. So if you want like a little EDC Viking style sax, then yeah. And oh, thank you. Somebody's ahead of the game. Yeah, we don't need to deal with that stupidity. But yeah, thank you, Casey. But just kind of hiking along. Gonna be, come on, Bubby. Gonna be doing some other reviews in the near future as far as like blades and guns and stuff like that. I got a couple new Rudy Tooty Pewties and the works as well, and we're actually trying to rebuild our new shooting range and stuff. I've had a shooting range for a while out here on the farm, but it just kind of needs a little bit of updating. I like the Silent Hero. The Silent Hero is one of my longtime favorite tops knives. I've always been mixed opinions on tops. And not that I think that they necessarily make bad knives or anything. It's just, I think some of their designs are a little silly. But that being said, the Silent Hero, I think, is one of their true classics for sure. So, talking EDC, what do I carry? Well, I carry so on a day-to-day thing, if I'm just like out and about and, you know, I'm going to work or wherever, which, you know, to be totally honest, I work for a gun company, so I could pretty well carry whatever the hell I want. Sometimes I go into work with my Eagle strapped on me, you know, which is this guy here. So, yeah. So they don't care. But if I'm just like out and about, doing my normal thing, and I will be honest too, I'm one of those guys that I carry everywhere I go anyways. I don't care if there's a stupid sign on the door. What they don't know don't hurt them. That's why I try to conceal everything. But on me on a regular basis, I'll have, my hawk. I kind of stash my hawk. Oops. I stashed my hawk kind of tucked into my pocket, or not in my pocket, my pants, clipped onto my belt there. And then I'll carry a Demco little shark cub, my favorite pocket knife, honestly. I got a little Nightcore flashlight, got a Leatherman stuffed in my pocket, lighter, and then, of course, in my spare pocket over here, I keep a spare 15 round Glock mag, because I always have my Glock 26 on me as well, which usually if I'm out and about, I'll have it appendix carry, but if I'm out in the woods and stuff, or even working out on the farm, I like carrying it in this little chest pack here. Hey, come on, buddy. Let's not go to the water. Here, let's get turned around. Little guy was like seeing the creek and was just beelining straight to the creek. But yeah, the Glock 26 I think is like a long time, like highly underrated pistol. And there's a lot of these guys that's like oh, Sig P365 and this new pistol and that new pistol, and oh well, it's not a single stack like some of them got popular for a little bit. But the thing is the Glock 26 has been doing what a lot of the new ones are trying to do, and they've been doing it since the 90s. So there's that. There is a new concealed carry pistol I've been thinking about getting. Oh yeah, Glocks are just super reliable. I've beat the crap out of my Glocks. I've been carrying my Glock 26 for 15 years now. Like every bit of 15 years. I've put a crap ton of rounds through it. I've had to replace this main recoil spring in it already, just because usually with Glocks you have to replace the recoil spring about every 5,000 rounds or so. So I mean, that tells you that I've shot the crap out of it. Glock 29 10 millimeter. I always thought 10 millimeter would be kind of cool. I actually shot had a buddy with both a 10 millimeter and a 45 ACP, both of them suppressed with RDSs on it, which was pretty cool. But honestly, I think I liked the 45 ACP more than the 10 millimeter. And I know the 10 millimeter ballistically is superior, but I kind of had more fun with the 45 ACP. Got your shtick? Yeah, his EDC is a shtick. He's rocking out a shtick. I also bought him a flashlight. He always likes to try to yank my flashlight out of my pocket. So I bought him his own little flashlight, so he's EDCing a flashlight these days too. And he's not even 2 years old. But yeah, another pistol I've been thinking about getting and trying for like concealed carry, everyday carry, whatever you want to call it. I've been considering trying the Smith & Wesson CSX, the newer model, the E or whatever it is. It's kind of like Smith & Wesson's little compact 9mm 1911 kind of. It looks to me almost like a Shield and a 1911 kind of got mixed together. But for some reason, I think it's kind of cool. I kind of want to give a bit more... get a bit more reviews out on it and kind of see how it does before I pull the trigger on one. But I grew up on a 1911, so I kind of have been considering getting one of those just for like a little concealed carry and give it a try. Let me know what you guys think on the Smith & Wesson CSX. I know the first one, the first generation, had a couple issues, but I don't know what the newer one... Well, I've heard the newer ones are doing a lot better. Yeah, some pistols don't run hollow points very well. I actually had a Palmetto State Armory dagger that couldn't run hollow points very well. Now, granted, I think they might have been my own hand-loaded hollow points, but that being said, my Glocks will run just anything I throw through them. So, you know, but, and then I've always been kind of a Glock fan, but I will say that new Ruger RXM is kind of cool pistol too. It's kind of crazy that there's a lot of companies that's coming out with their own Glock clones, and they're like better than the actual Glocks in a lot of ways. Yeah, so one guy said he had a XDS 45. I had an XDM, like their kind of more match series one, and I thought it was a piece of crap. Like, it wasn't accurate worth of crap, and it had a lot of issues. I got rid of it a while ago. The only cool thing about the XDM was it had a 19 round magazine, but that was about where the cool factor went. But that being said, I don't know if I would support I don't know if I would support Springfield Armory anymore, because they kind of did some anti-gun shenanigans. And we got this like Phil guy that comes in every live stream and says, you should repent of your sinful lifestyle and blah, 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 and all that good stuff. It's like, I'm going to straight up say the people who tries to judge people like that usually are the ones with the most skeletons in their closet. I tell people straight up, I have my own issues. I will straight up agree to that. But I am a Christian, and I embrace Jesus Christ. Well, it's usually the people who act like they're perfect are the ones that are the worst people. Just kind of throwing that out there. Okay, so here's my question. You say sinful lifestyle. How do you know that I live a sinful lifestyle? You don't even know me. I mean, to be fair, I don't know any of you guys. And, you know, you guys only see a part of who I am on YouTube. So, just saying. Oh, I'm out here in the woods with my little guy, raising him to be next little generation militant Christian goat farmer. Yeah. All right, come on, Bubby. Yeah. He got his little battle stick. He gonna kick the agents of Babylon's ass is what he gonna do. I am not scouting turkey. I am not scouting turkey. I'll be honest, I don't really do turkey hunting a lot. And it's not because I don't really want to. It's just usually because I'm so busy on farm stuff that, come on, Gigi. I'm usually so busy on farm stuff that I just don't got a lot of time. And I will be honest too, my property, for whatever reason, I just don't see very many turkey on my property. Like I see them on some public ground, but in a way I kind of hate hunting on public ground just because there's so many stupid ass rules, and the conservation agents are scumbags and they would murder their own family for a government paycheck. But so yeah, I just don't really do a whole lot of turkey hunting. I used to quite a bit, but then a lot of the public ground around here just got more and more and more strict and got ridiculous. Oh. Oh, hey, you're okay, buddy. You're okay. You're a tough little guy. Yeah, I've never honestly been duck hunting. It's been something I've always wanted to try to do, but it's just, uh, oh, I've never really been duck hunting. I will be honest, most of my hunting is kind of rabbit, squirrel, the occasional turkey hunting when I can find a good spot, and deer hunting for the most part. Come on, Gigi. And sadly, the rabbit hunting is not what it used to be around here too, because all the big Monsanto glyphosate worshiping farmers decided to bulldoze down every stick of tree that we have and every brush pile that we have around here, and then bulldoze it all down for one more row of corn. And then the same guys will act all surprised, like, hey, why is all the ground washing out? Why all the wind tearing everything up? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, jackass, you destroyed the entire ecosystem so you can get one more row of corn so your freaking grandchildren can inherit a dust bowl. Congrats. Your greed destroyed your farm. And then, of course, they'll turn around and sell it off to China and then act surprised about that, too. Ugh. Yeah, I could go on some rants for sure. Oh. And, hey, come on, Gigi. Oh, also, I will be posting this in probably next few days, but I'm going to be testing the eagle against a flesh and bone target. I bought some pork ribs. I'm gonna do the Paul Harrell meat target. So if you guys ever used to watch Paul Harrell's channel, he used to do what he called the meat target, which was basically like a pork rib outer with like a cloth layer, and he would do some like fruit and everything on the inside. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to even not only just have fruit on the inside, I'm going to do some little packets with red dye in there to kind of represent like blood and everything like that, and test some blades on it. Mostly my eagle for now. But yeah, and when I say farmers too, I want you guys to know something. My family does farming. I'm doing farming out here as well. So it's not necessarily like farmers in general. What I'm kind of more so talking about is your larger corporate type of farms, which sadly is replacing everything. And they're slowly putting little mom and pop farmers out because all the degenerates still want property taxes, and then they weaponize property taxes to make it so expensive that, you know, a small family with 100 acres can't support it with a farm because the property taxes just destroys them. But then the same, you know, Chinese corporation will come in and buy it, or Monsanto will come in and buy it, or whatever, and then they don't have any property taxes or next to none. So it's really stupid, some of the crap that they've done. And then of course you get some of these other corporations like John Deere, and they'll charge $600,000 for a combine, and it's like, okay, well, mom and pop can't buy that, but only, you know, big mega corporation and the banks can buy that. So it's something I've been saying for a long time, and it's what they're doing in this country. They're doing it worldwide. You see it worldwide. There's a saying I've been saying for a little bit, and it's they're trying to take all the land, because, you know, the difference between peasants and nobility is land ownership, and they don't want nobility, they want peasants. They want everybody to be peasants. And what they're trying to do, it's like I've been saying, food control plus gun control equals genocide. And that's what they're really trying to push for. If you look through every country in the world, they want to ban the guns, ban the food, or ban your own production of food. You know, you could buy the goy slop from the grocery store and, you know, basically eat carcinogenic pig slop and die by the time you're 50. You can get that, but they don't want you able to grow and harvest and raise your own food, and they don't want you to be able to protect it. So, you know, and sadly, you bring this up, and then you'll get Europeans in here. And I'm not talking about all Europeans, but there's a lot of them that has a very peasant-like mindset. A lot of Americans do too, for that matter. But they have a very peasant mindset, and when you bring some of this stuff up, then every sentence they say is the government this and government that, and albeit to the holy government and all that good stuff. And then, well, yeah, which is crazy, Kevin. They do want us eating human. And if you guys have ever followed my channel and kind of heard some of my little rants and stuff like that, I'm just going to straight up say, and it's going to sound a little weird to people that don't really like follow what's going on a biblical level, but the people who runs things behind the scenes, they're not even human. And I know that sounds weird, and I'm not even going into like a reptilian conspiracy or anything like that. The Bible actually tells us kind of from the start, they're Nephilim. There's a class of Nephilim that runs things behind the scenes. And it's why they put these like characters like, you know, they put these Mark Zuckerberg or the Bill Gates and these George Soros characters in front of us, is because they print their own money out of nothing. They're trillionaires. So to them, it doesn't bother them at all to pay a billionaire to be their face, because the real powers that be don't want their face out there at all. And yes, I do got chickens, I have goats, I have rabbits. We're debating on either doing one of two things. We're either thinking about getting sheep with our goats, or maybe even just doing away with the goats and doing just sheep. We still haven't came to a conclusion of what we want to do with that. But yeah, so that's kind of a future plan. Right now we have, oh yeah, we have made cheese. Yeah, we have made cheese. We made cheese out of our goat milk and everything. We've made yogurt out of our goats and stuff. And so, one guy says a characteristic of Nephilim was their huge stature. That's kind of partially true. So Nephilim is a umbrella term, and the reason why it gets kind of linked with giants is because in the Greek, the term Nephilim was gigantes, which in the English, we just kind of look at it like giants, but Nephilim basically is anything that is of fallen angel origin that's not human. So, you know, even like in the Bible, it talks about the Amalekites, and you know, it describes God telling his people to go kill all the Amalekites, including the women and children and everything like that. And people's like, oh my God, you know, he's like promoting genocide. But if you look up what Amalekites actually means, it actually means vampires, which is kind of interesting, because when you really delve deep into it, that's where the original vampire legends come from, is from the Amalekites. And so, you know, when you start to think about it like that, it's like, okay, maybe we don't want a race of vampire-like human demon creatures running around, you know? So, kind of, it's very interesting. The sad thing is what's happened, especially here in the United States, but it's happened throughout the world, is we've been sold a Disney World version of Christianity. We've been sold this like happy-go-lucky, just Disneyland, you know, love is love version of Christianity, and that's not what it actually is. Honestly, when you kind of delve into the Bible, to me, it starts seeming like the most crazy Lord of the Rings type of epic saga, and we're part of it type of thing. You done whacking the stick, buddy? Huh? You took the other stick and whacked the other stick. Whack. Whack. Oh, he's ready for battle. He's ready. Come on, Giggy. Come on, buddy. Oh. But yeah, I'll be doing a Paul Harrell meet targets. Oh yeah, no, I quit going to most churches myself for like the same reason. It's like if I see a rainbow or a Star of Remphan, like there was a church I was going to for a moment, and they took down all their crosses, but then put a Star of Remphan, and then the pastor started chanting on like, oh well, Christians are subservient and servants of the quote J word people over in the Middle East. Basically, they worship the synagogue of Satan more than they do Jesus Christ. So, you know, I quit going to that church, and honestly, I'm starting to see a lot of the other churches doing a lot of the same crap. It's honestly why I tell a lot of people, hey, just like, get your own King James or Geneva Bible or whatever Bible you're comfortable with. I kind of prefer the two older ones, and just read it for yourself, because like a lot of the churches I think are corrupt as all get out. What you getting there, buddy? I've learned already from just being a parent for a little bit that you can spend the most money or all the money you want on toys. It don't matter. If you just take your kids out and give them a shtick, they are going to be perfectly happy with it. Like, toys are a waste of money, honestly. That's something else that kind of gets me, is a lot of people's like, oh, I can't have kids, blah, blah, blah. It's too expensive. Maybe because you make it too expensive. Like, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself here, but I'm on one income, just mine. We're on one income. My wife stays at home so she can stay with the kids, raise the kids, eventually homeschool the kids and all that good stuff. And, we're not like insanely well-to-do, but we're comfortable, and I think a big problem I see with a lot of people is they just try to live outside of their means. It's just like one guy, well, thank you, Kevin. One guy I used to do some like training classes with and stuff, he was like, oh, I got to send my kids off to school so my wife can work because I got a brand new truck and she has a brand new car and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, so you're selling your kids to the government indoctrination center so they can become a gay degenerate communist, and you're doing all that just so you can have a brand new truck. Like, I drive a 20-year-old vehicle, and I proudly drive a 20-year-old vehicle, because making payments on a car is stupid. It really is, and I've done it before. So like I've been there and done it, but by the time you're done paying the shit off, the thing's not even worth a shit damn thing anyways. And so I done decided, it's like, okay, I'd rather just like fix an old car here and there than, freaking have some newer thing that's also going to eventually break down too and be in debt. And that's one of the things that me and my wife, we've been blessed. She had some property and we sold it, and we used that money to get us completely out of debt. And so we have no debt. So, if you could do one thing in your life, get out of debt, because that opens your options up so much. You can go work for freaking wherever and still get by. Well, that's awesome. If you can save up the money to buy a newer vehicle, then that's the way to do it. Getting into debt and having interest and everything. Interest is evil. And, a lot of people don't realize this, but interest was illegal in most of Western European civilizations for a long time. It wasn't until the synagogue of Satanites kind of infiltrated our banking system and pushed us into a debt-based system, and now we're all, with interest and everything like that. And the problem is these corporations, they can get away with it because they just basically get unlimited money anyways, or they are not charged the level of interest that the average person has. Interest is nothing but a system to not only impoverish everybody, but to get people out of ownership. Because, kind of like I said, they don't want nobility. They don't want people with property. They want peasants with no property. And I agree. I think if we banned interest, I think it would do away with a lot of things. Like, for example, they're charging, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000+ for a house these days, when the boomers bought the same house for, $30,000. And the thing is, yeah, they did get kicked out of 109 countries for a reason. I agree there, Kevin. So yeah, the noticing will continue. And there's a reason why I don't say a certain J word, is because the Bible tells us that they are not that. And when you look into it, they all claim Ashkenazi status, and Ashkenaz was of Japheth's lineage and not Shem's. And so, to be totally honest, they're not even Semites. Because to be a Semite, you have to be of the lineage of Shem. And if you're of the lineage of Japheth through Ashkenaz, then you're not really a Semite. So kind of interesting little tidbit there for people. I've done one off the deep end for some people. Here's the thing, though. Like, I'm going to just straight up say it. My channel's not for everybody. If you can't take this kind of heat, then get the hell out of the kitchen. I don't care. I've been really slow growing as a channel. So if I never get that big, then I don't really care. I'm going to say what the hell I want to say and go from there. But basically, my channel is not for gay retards. How about that? But yeah, as I was saying, Jimbus, if we did away with interest, there's no way that they could ever charge $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 for a house. They would have to make things actually affordable for people to buy outright. And honestly, I think we, as a country, need to really go hard on BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street, and the Federal Reserve, and all that good stuff. Now, will they do that? No, because both political parties are controlled and they're all owned by the same people and all that good stuff. Me personally, and this is why I get into preparedness and stuff, I kind of honestly, and it's going to go down the rabbit hole a little bit, which we've already done. So, if you're still hanging around, means you're a good noticer and you're probably somewhat on the same page. I think the United States is Babylon in a lot of ways. And I think that Babylon's going to burn. I served this country. I think this country is the best place to be, but at the same time, I can't deny what I'm seeing too. So I think the whole damn thing's going to fall apart, burn down, and hopefully some Christians in a parts of the country can rebuild the shit afterwards. That's my opinion. Oh, you got it, buddy. Yeah. You're okay. He's a tough little boy. He's a tough little boy. Come on, baby. That's an awesome looking stick you got there. Oh, yeah. No, I think it's impossible to not notice, too. They've shown their hand so well. And, that's something that's kind of interesting. A lot of people don't realize what Revelations, what apocalypse in the Greek means. They just think it's like fire, brimstone, everything burning down and complete chaos. But when you actually look up what those words mean, it just simply means to make everything known. But so what's interesting is everything is getting made known. And through making everything known, that's where the chaos is going to ensue. Like, at a certain point, the enemy has to show their hand. And when you have people saying that there's something that they're not, and, when they say, quote, God's chosen people, what do they really mean by that? It means that they want to be worshipped themselves. Like, so I'm going to kind of go way off the, oh yeah, I'm letting the little guy run around so he can take a nap. Yeah, because he's been having a hard time getting naps lately. So I'm just going to let him run around and smack things with a stick so he gets all that little bubby boy energy out. And when we get back home, he's just going to be like, and just go right to sleep. Yeah, the best thing about not having debt is you can live 100% rent-free in your own head without thinking about how you're going to pay the next. Yeah, here's the thing. I'll live in a freaking trailer out in the woods and have a 20-year-old car and not give a shit and be a lot happier than living in some luxury condo with debt this and debt that and chasing after a rat race and blah, 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 blah. Like, so that's just me. Maybe it's not for everybody. I totally forgot what direction I was going to. Oh, yeah, so I'll kind of actually, for some of you guys that's sticking around here, I'll actually kind of tell you guys what I think, how they're going to portray things, okay? And I'm going to go way off in the deep end, so if you can't, you might just look up some things on yourself. But modern Judaism, which is not the same thing as in the Old Testament, is basically part of Freemasonry, and Freemasonry is part of Judaism. They both are tied to the hip with each other. The reason being is because they both want the third temple, because they both basically want to usher in the Antichrist. Let's just cut past the crap, okay? I think the new world religion, and this is just me kind of speculating. I could be totally wrong. You know what? As a matter of fact, I hope I'm wrong. But I think the new world religion is going to be a Judaism mixed with Freemasonry, full out in the open, mixed with kind of a apotheotheism type of religion that is going to usher in transhumanism. So it's going to be like, ye could be as your own God type of thing. And, oh, look at us, we're like the superhumans because, we got the Elon Musk brain chip, and those people didn't take that. That's just kind of my speculation. Hope I'm wrong. Ugh. And, oh, well, yeah, I think I might have. Oh, I agree. I think it might be a fake second coming. I think they are going to have to discount Jesus in a lot of ways. And if you ever... Oh, hey, buddy. Come on. Casey, you mean run for politics? Is that what you mean? I'm not quite sure. Oh, yeah, here's the thing. I'm not an arrogant and narcissist. I hope I'm wrong, but I kind of feel like I'm not. But, if I am, then I am, whatever. I still think everybody should be prepared, and I think people should be trying to get out as debt as much as possible and try to become self-sufficient as much as possible. And I honestly think you should try to work with family and everything as much as possible and consolidate as much as possible, because, if you have, a handful of family and friends all on the same property, then, that's a lot of security and labor right there. And, you know. So if you're kind of stuck in the urbanized city type of thing, I get it. We've all been there, but like at the same time, you might start making plans to get out of that if all possible, you know. And sometimes that means downgrading, downsizing, selling off a bunch of crap, and you know, maybe even just saying, hey, screw it, I'm going to consolidate with other family, you know. Like, I think we've kind of forgotten that people used to have multi-generational homes. What's actually interesting is my dad one time inherited a property. It's actually a historical site now. You could look it up. It's called Edenvale here in central Mo, but it's a mid 1860s era house. And what was nice about it is it had 3 stories to it, and every story of the house basically had its own like kitchen and bedrooms and everything like that. And so it was meant for like a multi-generational house. And so like one generation can live in one story, another generation can live in another story. And I think people need to start considering that kind of thing too, because like everybody having their own rent and mortgage, and everybody, you know, being just stuck in the rat race of debt is well, yeah, that's how they keep people down. That's why debt is evil, is because they use debt. You never own it. And with property taxes, you don't own anything either. You're just renting from daddy government. We can all see the same things that are plainly visible. Some choose to ignore it. You know, here's the thing, Jimbas. I'm going to say this. I hate to say it, but I just don't think like a lot of people are fully conscious. And it's not that, oh, they're just inherently unable to be fully conscious. I just think that they've chosen to be unconscious, and they've chosen to just wander after the beast, so to speak. And so they're just kind of given a strong delusion and just kind of follow it. Like, that's just kind of my opinion. Yeah, I think it's just kind of a narrow path that less and less and less people are seeing. Oh, come on, little Giggy. His name's Gideon, but I call him Giggy sometimes for short. Giggy, come on, buddy. I think he's getting tired. He's not wanting to walk so much now. He just wants to sit down and whack things with a stick. But, well, I've been on here for about 55 minutes or so. And so I'm going to finish up here with just kind of promoting my knife here. If you guys are still following, the Eagle will be dropping April 25th. This is my design with Very Good Knife Company. That good old crusty 80 CRV2. If you like kind of like the SE6 Becker BK7 kind of size knife, this is definitely going to be something you might be interested in. I think he's only going to have 18 of these, 17 or 18 of these starting off for the first drop. And here's the thing with Very Good Knife Company too. He's one guy in a shop making these all by hand. Come on, buddy. Hey, you don't need to get down in the ditch. But he's one guy in a shop making them all by hand. So, you know, the price is going to reflect that. I think I was told it's going to be like right around $400, which, you know, is pricey. I will admit that's pricey for a knife. But when you compare that to what other handmade knives are going for in that size range, come on, buddy. Hey, I don't know why you keep trying to go down in the ditch, but yeah, that to me is honestly pretty fair. I've paid that much for a reef, and you know, I like reef knives, don't get me wrong, but I think Very Good Knife Company is a little higher quality even than reef. And then there's also going to be a drop of all nitro V drop of the Hawk. These are going to be right around the $200 or so, but it's going to be the Hawk is right around a 3.5-inch blade, overall about 7 some inches, I think. I can't quite remember offhand, but sorry, I'm chasing after a little guy while trying to talk and remember what the hell I'm even talking about. But yeah, so that's going to be the 2 knives a drop. And one guy mentioned a first strike earlier. I actually have a first strike in the works. I'm going to try to get one at some point. And Kevin, thanks for hopping on the channel and stuff. Guys, thank you guys for hopping on the live stream. It's been cool. It's been fun. It's been real. All that good stuff. I'm probably going to start getting back with the little guy because he's getting a little grumpy and I think he's tired. All right. You all have a good day. Oh, he says bye. Bye-bye.